Hi, I'm Kevin Woodson. I'm a medical doctor at Prelude AI. Prelude AI is a platform that provides customizable AI assistants that can gather patient histories using voice or text and draft medical notes ahead of the doctor patient visit. The AI assistants are adaptable to a wide array of clinical workflows and documentation styles, streamlining your visits and letting you focus on quality patient care. Okay, so now we'll do a demo of how an AI assistant can help with the intake of patients for ketamine therapy. So you can have various AI assistants within your organization. And so for this example, we're going to use the ketamine therapy assistant. So we just copy the branded link. This can be shared with patients. It works on the phone. It works on a laptop. And it takes them to this page. They don't have to sign up for an account. They don't have to download an app. They just type in their name and contact information. So I'll just make something up. And they can choose to use either the voice AI assistant or the text chat AI assistant. We'll just do the voice AI assistant. They both work very well, but we'll go ahead and do voice.
Hello and welcome. I am an AI medical assistant. The goal of this conversation is to collect some information to determine if you are a good candidate for ketamine therapy. A healthcare provider will review the results of our conversation. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes.
Great. Let's start with your age and gender, please.
Yeah, I'm a 45-year-old man.
Thank you. Have you been diagnosed with any mental health conditions such as depression, PTSD, anxiety, or bipolar disorder?
Yes, I've been diagnosed with depression.
Thank you for sharing that. What treatments or medications have you tried for your depression, and how have they worked for you?
I took Zoloft for 5 months. It didn't really help. Even when the psychiatrist raised the dosage, it still didn't really do anything, unfortunately.
I'm
And then I also did therapy sessions with a therapist for a few months, and it didn't help that much either.
Thank you for sharing that information. Do you have any history of substance use disorders or addiction?
Yeah, I used to be an alcoholic, but I stopped drinking 3 years ago.
Thank you. Have you ever used ketamine or other psychedelic substances for treatment or recreationally? If yes, what was your experience?
Never.
All right, thank you. Do you have a history of cardiovascular problems such as high blood pressure, heart disease, or arrhythmias?
Yeah, I have high blood pressure. I check it at home a few times per week. It's usually like 130 over 90.
Thank you. Do you have a history of neurological conditions such as seizures or migraines?
No.
Are you currently taking any medications, including antidepressants, antipsychotics, or mood stabilizers? If so, please list them with the dose and frequency if you know it.
All I'm taking right now is Norvasc for blood pressure.
Thank you. Have you experienced any recent changes in your mental health, such as worsening depression or suicidal thoughts?
No.
That's good to hear. Do you have any allergies or adverse reactions to medications, especially anesthetics or sedatives? If so, please describe the reaction.
No.
All right. Are you pregnant, breastfeeding, or planning to become pregnant?
No.
Thank you for providing the needed information. Your responses will be made available for your care team to review. You may end the conversation now. Have a great day.
Thank you.
You're
So if you're wondering how this works and how it is customized specifically for ketamine therapy, I can explain that to you. So each AI assistant has basically two prompts instructions written in plain English for the AI assistant to follow. So the one prompt is for interviewing, so it controls or gives instructions to the AI for how to conduct the interview, like what types of questions to ask, how to behave, stuff like this. So that's the interview prompt. The other prompt is the no writing prompts, which is essentially a template um, where you can give it precise instructions for how you want the documentation to look, like how you want it to write the note. So for the interview prompt, so the instructions written in plain English for the AI to follow, it basically just has this general boilerplate instructions like ask short questions, only ask one question at a time, um, Like if they say something that sounds like an emergency, tell them to call 911. It has that type of instructions. And then specific to ketamine, I just put 10 general questions that uh, could be relevant to ketamine therapy. These could be completely edited. You don't even have to use a list of questions. Like if you wanted to, you could literally just write, ask questions, to determine if the patient is a good candidate for ketamine therapy. You could literally just write that, and the AI would has enough knowledge that that would actually probably even be sufficient, and it would just ask questions until it's determined that it's gathered enough information. So it could be very open ended like that, very open ended instructions, or it can be very specific, like ask these specific questions. And then for the note writing prompt, it basically looks like this. It's just like a template, basically, like chief complaint, history of present illness, all the usual sections. Yeah. So we can see the results of the discussion we just had. It usually takes about 1 minute for the platform to complete processing the conversation, and you'll essentially be provided with a recording of the conversation, a transcript of the conversation, and an AI note.
Substance use disorders or addiction.
Yeah, I used to be an alcoholic, but I stopped drinking 3 years ago. 30 over 90.
Thank you. Do you have a history of neurological conditions such as seizures or migraines?
No.
Are you currently?
So anyway, you can listen to that if you want. There's also the transcript, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's just the text transcript of the conversation. And then there is the last but not least, the AI note. So it just writes a note. You have complete flexibility over the format. You provide there's different templates you can pick from, and you can make your own completely from scratch if you want as well. So it provides complete flexibility, but you can see it's a very well written note that just goes into detail about everything that was talked about. So patient's 45, took Zoloft, and etc. All the details, assessment and plan, treatment-resistant depression, could start ketamine, and so on. So if you have your patients talk to this before you see them, it can be very efficient, and it could provide more time for you to go more in depth, like answer more of their questions, instead of just spending the whole time just taking down the basic information and while you're typing away. This can make it much more efficient. So anyway, would love to hear your thoughts, and thanks for watching.